to play.
MLB Slugfest is a series of video games made from 2002 to 2006. Published by Midway Games, a name you might recognize from other games such as Mortal Kombat, NHL Hits, NBA Jam, and NFL Blitz. In the series' short life, there were 4 games released, and I'm here today to explain why we need a new MLB Slugfest in the year 2020. Let's take a look at what made Slugfest so unique, starting with the 2 commentators of the game, Tim Kitzrow and Jimmy Shorts. These guys never stop bringing quality jokes, and it's amazing. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Matt Vesgersian in the show, but how long until we see A-Rod and Jessica Mendoza join the crew? If you don't trust me, listen to this short clip of Tim and Jim, and you'll understand exactly why they're so great.
Tim?
Yeah?
While you were gone, another pigeon just hit the window and
Another
fell
one?
down into the stands. Yeah,
Jimmy,
I'll tell you
why
what.
did I tell you about moving that big pile of sunflower seeds away from the window? They're going after the
Well,
seeds.
it's not my fault.
But those are
I don't
your
want to hurt
seeds.
a bird for crying out loud, but man.
Then move the seeds. You have them right next to the window. They think it's a all-you-can-eat buffet.
Well, why don't you put them stickers in?
What? That says don't hit the window if you're a
Yeah.
pigeon? What are you talking about?
No, you put cutout
Why don't you move the
stars and-
seeds?
I don't know, Tim. Why don't you?
And why don't you clean up the seeds? They're all over this place. It looks like a bird cage in here, for crying out
This is my
loud.
last game with you.
Playing arcade-style baseball games growing up was always an absolute blast. Slugfest in particular brought joy to my brothers and my impressionable faces on Christmas morning 2002, when we unwrapped Slugfest 2003 for the Nintendo GameCube, loaded it up for the first time, hopped in a game, and started beating each other up in the game. Yeah, you heard me right. Slugfest doesn't get the name for no reason. One of the features of the Slugfest franchise was to punch other players. If you're a base runner and the first baseman runs up to you to attempt to tag you out, no problem. Just punch the ball out of his hand, he'll fall on the ground crying like a little girl. In each game you get a pool of what is called Turbo. Turbo allows you to temporarily give your players a boost of PEDs. Just hold the turbo button down while you throw a pitch, and there's a 125-mile-per-hour fastball. Hold it down while you hit, and you're almost guaranteed to hit a dinger. Another great feature is when your player catches on fire. If you get a hot streak with one of your players, they'll start to smoke. Get another hit, and boom, he's on fire. When you're on fire, your player is at full turbo mode, and it won't use any of your remaining turbo that's left in the pool. But this is what I consider to be the absolute best part of the game, and honestly why I think we absolutely need a new Slugfest in 2020. Cheat codes. Before every game, when faced with the loading screen, the player is given the opportunity to input a combination of button presses that will change how the game is played. These cheat codes have an absolutely hilarious range of abilities. One of them turns your team into dolphins, another turns your team into bobbleheads, another changes the baseball to be a 16-inch softball. So why would I say cheat codes are such a big deal in 2020? Well, for one, almost no game uses them anymore, and I think revitalizing that would be great, and Slugfest would be perfect for that. But more importantly, I want to suggest 4 cheat codes that I would love to see in the game, and I think are highly applicable to the game of baseball right now. The first is what I'm calling the Justice Code. Input a quick combination of button presses, and there you go. The opposing team is now the entire roster of the 2017 Astros. Enjoy beating whoever you want and punching the ever-living crap out of all of them. Cheat number 2 is called Impeachment. This one turns every player on the opposing team into Rob Manfred. So now you can take out your frustrations of this guy ruining baseball as we know and love by beating him up. My personal favorite of the new cheat codes is the Bang code. Enter this code, and every time a pitch is coming your way, just listen closely and you'll hear a trash can bang to know what's coming. You'll never get fooled again. Finally, this last cheat code is called I have an unfinished tattoo. While the players would say, I trust the commissioner's finding in his report.
MLB did their investigation. They didn't find anything.
I think we all know that the Astros were wearing buzzers. So let's share the wealth. Input the unfinished tattoo code pattern, and your controller will vibrate to let you know what pitch is coming. Slugfest was an absolute joy to play as a kid. It still is today, it holds up great. I really think it should be brought back from the grave for multiple reasons. I'm sure most of us love playing the show, but sometimes it's great to have a break from reality and just beat up the 2017 World Series champions.